Brought to you by Sunny Side. The butterfly effect. Experts say, the butterfly effect highlights the significance of considering the long-term consequences of our conduct and the power of small, insignificant choices. The butterfly effect theory, also known as the chaos theory, is a conception in mathematics and physics that suggests small changes in original conditions can have a significant impact on unborn issues. The name, butterfly effect, comes from the idea that, if you squish a butterfly on one side of the world and you create an earthquake in another world. For example, one classic illustration of the butterfly effect is the rainfall. Small variations in temperature, wind patterns, and other factors can lead to extensively different rainfall conditions over time. For example, a minor divagation in the temperature of the ocean can affect the formation and paths of hurricanes. More scientific data. The butterfly effect is a result of the nonlinear dynamics of chaotic systems, which are largely sensitive to original conditions. The theory of chaos was developed in the 1960s and 1970s by mathematician Edward Lorenz, who demonstrated the conception through a simple computer model of rainfall patterns. The butterfly effect has been supported by multiple scientific studies and trials, including the notorious Lorenz attractor, in chaos theory, which has one of two states, just like the wings of a butterfly, and switches back and forth between the two states depending on small changes in certain conditions. Scientists have also observed the butterfly effect in other areas similar as ecology, economics, and modern physics. The string theory. The string theory proposes that the fundamental structure blocks of the universe aren't particles, but little, one-dimensional strings that vibrate at different frequencies. This theory was first proposed in the 1970s by Gabriele Veneziano, and theory attempts to reconcile the disagreement between amount mechanics and general relativity. An example. In string theory, the numerous atoms in the universe, similar to electrons and photons, are viewed as different vibrations of the same known strings. These strings can be pictured as musical strings, with different vibrations corresponding to different particles. Scientific data. Although string theory has yet to be verified by any experimental conclusions, it has entered significant attention from the scientific community for its potential to unify the laws of physics and gives us a harmonious description of the universe. The theory has also been used to explain the nature of dark matter and the creation of black holes. Despite the ongoing debate, string theory remains one of the most interesting and largely researched theories in physics. It provides a framework for understanding the basic nature of matter and energy and offers new perceptions into the beginning of the universe. The wormhole theory, also known as the Einstein-Rosen bridge theory, is a conception in theoretical physics that suggests the actuality of a lane or lanes through spacetime. Wormholes are theoretical tunnels or lanes through spacetime that could allow objects or information to travel faster than the speed of light. An example of a wormhole is the so-called Einstein-Rosen bridge, which is a tunnel-like structure connecting two distant points in spacetime. In theory, an object traveling through a wormhole could reach a different position in a fraction of the time it would take to travel through normal space. Despite its widespread popularities in sci-fi movies, the scientific base for wormholes remains purely theoretical, and there's no experimental substantiation to support their actuality. Still, the theory has entered significant attention from the scientific community, with multitudinous experimenters exploring the implicit consequences of wormholes and their counter-accusations for our understanding of space and time. While its actuality has yet to be verified, it has inspired scientists to have conversations and exploring the limits of our understanding of the universe. The multiverse theory, also known as many worlds, is a conception in theoretical physics that says there may be multiple and parallel worlds being alongside our own world. This theory proposes that every possible decision or outcome of every decision and event is happening in a different universe, creating a vast multiverse of parallel realities. The multiple theory proposes that there could be further than three confines in our universe, with some outcomes being hidden or inapproachable to us. This theory attempts to explain why gravity is so weak compared to other forces and the mysterious dark matter that's in our universe today. An illustration of the multiverse theory is the conception of the numerous worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, which suggests that a quantum particle has multiple possible outcomes. All outcomes are realized in separate worlds, meaning that the particle can be in multiple states at the same time. Scientific data. The scientific base for the multiverse theory is purely theoretical, and there's presently no experimental substantiation to support its actuality. Still, it has entered significant attention from the scientific community, with multiple experimenters exploring the implicit conclusions of a multiverse and the possibility of detecting resembling worlds like our own. Consciousness theory. This is a branch of science that explores the nature of knowledge and the relationship between the brain and the person's experience. Consciousness is frequently defined as the state of being apprehensive of one's studies, passions, and surroundings, and the theory of knowledge aims to understand the underpinning processes and mechanisms that give rise to conscious experience. An example of the consciousness theory is the idea that consciousness arises from the exertion of neurons in the brain. Consciousness is seen as an imperative property of complex brain activity, and is linked to the workings of the cortex and other structures in the brain. The scientific study of consciousness is a fairly new field, and there's still many unknowns about the nature of consciousness and how it reacts to brain activity. Advances in brain imaging and neuroscience have given new perspectives into the brain regions and processes involved in consciousness, and experimenters continue to work to uncover the underpinning mechanisms of conscious experience. Despite the challenges, the study of consciousness has the ability to give new perceptions into the workings of the mind and brain and the nature of reality itself. Real-life experiments of consciousness theory. Anesthesia studies involve administering medicines that temporarily induce a state of unconsciousness, and studying the effects on the brain of unconsciousness. Meditation studies involve studying the state of awareness and other forms of mindfulness on brain activity and the conscious experience. These studies give experiences into the neural mechanisms determining the conscious experience and the impact of meditation on the brain. I hope these scientific theories make you broaden your perspective of reality and help you on your journey on creating your own beliefs. Sunny says, thanks for watching.